Good morning, Facebook. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Instagram. Hello, everybody. However you're tuning in, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Let's see here. So, just want to do a setting here on my computer before everybody starts logging on. I know it's earlier than most of my lives. That's because I've been in the kitchen working since 5 a.m. I've been in the kitchen working. We have a busy day here today. Good morning, Chris. Hi, Jamie. Jamie's on. So I'm just going to share this video. And again, I'm going to drop some tips right now about going to the grocery store and shopping, and what to do when you bring food home, and how to properly treat food and things like that. Coronavirus can live on surfaces. I'm going to tell you the precautions that we're doing here. So let's see, group. So I'm going to wait just for a few more people to log on, and I know it's earlier than most of my lives. So, oops, nope, wrong group. By the way, if you're tuning in live, drop a comment, hashtag live. If it's on the replay, hashtag replay. That helps. What happens is when you make a comment or you press the like button, other people start seeing that, and it lets the video gain traction. And once the video gains traction, more people get to see the video, more people get to benefit from the information I'm about to drop. So, of course, the news is, the dilemma is right now coronavirus that is stopping our economy, that's making a lot of people sick. People are, especially the elderly, and I've been doing a massive push on building your immune system. And that's been my whole last weeks of videos, is immune system, immune system, immune system. Now I'm going to talk about what to do when you actually go to the grocery store and you bring your food back. There was a doctor or somebody, a practitioner on from Michigan, that a video is going viral around. He did a very, very good job on that video. And he's doing a lot of the things that we're doing, that we've been doing since I started educating myself on this. And again, I've listened to about an hour podcast this morning already on current updates of coronavirus, all kinds of stuff, health news, all that kind of stuff. So I try to stay on top of this as much as I possibly can. And my Facebook Live yesterday when I was out on the trails was why I'm preaching health right now, really preaching health and immune system. It's because I have to stay healthy myself. I have to run a healthy business. I have to take every precaution possible. I have to make sure that my wife, my kids, everybody's healthy. And what I'm doing, I'm just sharing what I'm doing to keep myself healthy. And there are a lot of things that are there that have a lot of scientific data that are proven, that other countries are doing, like the vitamin C therapy in China, 20 grams a day. They're finding that to be very, very successful. Hospitals in New York just started doing that. They're doing 6 grams a day of intravenous IV of vitamin C. As a result of vitamin C being so successful, there's probably going to be a global shortage on vitamin C next, because China's gobbling it all up. I drink my vitamin C in the morning and in the afternoon or in the evening. I split it up a couple times a day. That right there is a little bit of elderberry extract, which turns a little pink, and those are vitamin C crystals that are in there. So between 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock, now it's almost 8 o'clock, I've probably drank about 2 to 3 grams of vitamin C. I'll do that again this afternoon, and then I'll probably do it again this evening. I just dose myself like that. And I started adding the elderberry in a couple days ago when it was back in stock from our trusted vitamin supply company that we buy from. So the elderflower came back in stock. Vitamin D I haven't talked about much, but I am starting a regimen of vitamin D. By the way, if you go out in the sun, like today, it's going to be a beautiful day. It's going to be sunny all afternoon. 30 minutes in the sun today was equivalent to 20,000 international units of vitamin D, free of charge from the sun. That is amazing for your immune system. All right, folks, if you can just do me a favor and just drop a comment where you're tuning in from, that helps a lot. And again, the more you comment, the more people see this. And this stuff and disinformation is really, really important for a lot of people. We're going to talk about what to do when you go to the grocery store and come back from the grocery store. So let's first of all talk, how long can coronavirus live on surfaces? because coronavirus, you know, that's how it's actually transmitted. So on surfaces, okay, so for example, and this is all stuff you can Google on the internet. So if you're like, oh, I want to take notes and stuff, just Google how long does coronavirus live on surfaces, and it'll come up all over the internet, same information. All right, so in the air for 3 hours, in the air for 3 hours. So, which is why being outside on a hiking trail is much better than being inside of a building with other people. All right, so I hope that doesn't come to where they close the state parks. Some counties, I heard Putnam County has closed parks. I hope that we can still get out and get some trail hiking in and some running in. I did the Shawangunk Ridge Trail yesterday on Cox Road, the SRT loop there. It's a 3-mile loop. There were a lot of people on the trail, but 3 hours it can live in the air. So if you're in a confined area, then 3 hours. If you notice yesterday, if you came into the restaurant, we had a lot of ventilation going on in the restaurant. I had the back door open to pull air from one end of the building out to the other end of the building. The fans are on. In the kitchen, the exhaust fans just constantly pulling air out, and you have to have makeup air, so you have to have a window open of some sort to pull air through. So 3 hours in the air. So if you're going into a grocery store, if you're standing in line at a grocery store, keep in mind 3 hours. If somebody had it standing right in front of you, 3 hours. All right. This is why if you have a mask on, a lot of people wear masks. Those masks do not work that well. The best masks are surgical grade masks, and those masks are so good that it's hard to breathe in. That's how good they are. So if you're elderly, it's going to be hard to breathe. If you have you're breathing compromised, if you have asthma, those masks are going to be a little difficult to use because the air is so restricted, but they're working better than the other masks. Any mask you get, you should be spraying down with colloidal silver, especially the edges. Spray down with colloidal silver, really, really good. Put that on your face, all right? When you take home, take the mask off, leave the mask. Don't bring it in and put it on your kitchen table. Don't bring it and stick it on. If you're gonna take the mask off, don't stick it, and don't wear the mask all day, and don't wear your gloves all day, folks. You need to be able to take the gloves off, throw them out, get a new pair of gloves on when touching different surfaces, all right? People think, oh, I have gloves on, I'm gonna do a video on that. I have gloves on, I can wear these all day. No. That's been a common misconception with kitchen workers for years. But I got gloves on, chef. I'm like, yeah, but you've been wearing those for 2 hours. Like, you just can't touch chicken and then touch broccoli and go back and forth. You have to change your gloves. Your mask, leave it on your porch. Let it air out. Spray it down again with colloidal silver. Spray it down with rubbing alcohol. Spray it down and disinfect it. If you want to get really technical, your jacket that you wear at the store, when you come home, leave it on your porch. Spray it down. Some people who taking this super seriously will change their clothes and wash clothes and really make sure that the clothes they wore into the store, because again, this is where people are. They're coming home, they're changing, they're getting a fresh pair of clothes on. They lay their clothes out before they leave, so they have their next set of clothes out, so when they get home, they can do that. All right. So 3 hours in the air on copper. I know people aren't really touching copper that much, but it will live on copper for 4 hours. 4 hours on copper. Cardboard, 24 hours on cardboard. This would be cardboard. This would be like sacks of beans, like those paper sacks of beans, paper sacks of rice that we get in. If you notice here at the restaurant, a delivery came in the other day, some wine came in, and I had there was somebody here picking up food. I immediately took my rubbing alcohol and sprayed the whole box down. Pizza boxes came in FedEx yesterday, 2 days ago. I immediately sprayed the whole package down. Because if the delivery person, I try not to let delivery people in the door. I try to keep them outside the building. Just one less person in the building. Outside, leave the food. We'll come in and grab it. While it's outside, or even if it gets inside, I spray the whole package down with rubbing alcohol to disinfect every single thing, every surface. You don't know who had that box in the storeroom. You don't know the delivery driver. You don't know any of that. So when you go to the grocery store, when you bring your stuff back, I would have a counter that's totally disinfected, spray down rubbing alcohol, Thieves Essential Oil, spray that whole thing down. And then this doctor who was on here, says healthcare professional who was on YouTube, I saw the video yesterday, he literally taped the line in the middle of took the surface and cleaned the surface really well, sanitized the surface really well, put a piece of tape in the middle, put all of his groceries that he came in with on the left side, sprayed everything down, took everything out of packages and put it to the right side as he unpackaged his stuff. So if you go grab a bag of potato chips, take the potato chips, spray the bag down, then put it on a clean surface. If you have a bag of beans, just get in the habit of spraying everything that's coming into your house down with rubbing alcohol. Is going to be the cheapest. This is $2.50. If they're available in the store, grab them, grab an extra one. These will last a long time. You put a spray bottle on top of what's right from the store. Folks, you probably only need one of these. Just pulling one of these, if you sprayed it constantly, would last you probably all month. That's how powerful this stuff is. So don't go hoarding 20 of these. You don't need to hoard 20 of these. Save some for other people. I would only explicitly buy 2 or 3, if you have an opportunity to. Keep one in your car. Keep one in your kitchen. Keep one on your porch. Spray the handle of this down. If you notice when you come in to pick up food here, I spray the handles of these down with another one. I spray door handles down. I spray all things that should be just constantly spraying. But back to your food. So 24 hours it's known to live on cardboard, all right? So 24 hours on cardboard. So you get a bottle of Thieves and you just spray, all right? You just spray the handle, make sure that this bottle is sanitized and vice versa. You go back and forth, all right? So plastic or stainless steel, up to 3 days on plastic or stainless steel. So if you go to buy a bag of potato chips, it's in some type of, it's not paper, it's not cardboard, it's some type of plastic of some sort, right? So that is, I'm gonna sneeze from the rubbing alcohol. So spray those bags of potato chips down. And that's a precautionary, if you went shopping 2 days ago and there's stuff in your shelves right now, pull it out, spray it down, put a pair of gloves on when you touch it, all right? So spray all of your food coming in. Chances are if you open a box of cereal, inside that box is another plastic bag inside of the box typically. That wasn't touched by a human for probably weeks ago, because that was made in a factory. And put in the box. But if you want to take precaution, by all means take precaution, open the box, package, and spray down. So, all right. So Christina's saying, don't you need calcium to absorb vitamin D? So, Christina, the best thing to do on these absorption or nutrients that work together is a lot of nutrients are activated by having other nutrients in that supplement or in your system. All right, so certain nutrients work very synergistically together. So do some research, find out what supplements you're taking. I personally like, and I have no financial interest in this, I like the company Life Extensions. Life Extensions, you can call them. Their products to me the next day here in New York. And then you can actually talk to a health counselor. And they have things set up of curcumin with black pepper, because they know that black pepper makes curcumin more bioavailable. So there are combinations that you specifically need. So of course the sun doesn't need any combinations. Just go out, get your sleeves up, get your pull your pants up and get some sun, right? But if you're taking supplements, it's a good idea. A lot of supplements will come in complexes where it's a mixture of this vitamin with this vitamin with this vitamin, because the bioavailability becomes much, much greater once you do that. So good question, Christina. And with any supplement you're taking, take a look at that. But Life Extensions, awesome company. You call, you get to speak to a health counselor. If let's say if you had lupus and you call Life Extensions, they will actually send you scientific studies on what supplements work for lupus, on what supplements work for this, what supplements work for asthma, what supplements, they will email right into your inbox. They'll email you documented scientific studies of what works, not what they did, but through the medical journals. Through the medical journals, they pull stuff out and they'll send you stuff. And all this stuff has a protocol in there. And this, you're actually talking to a health counselor, not somebody just taking an order, but somebody taking a health counselor. The person who answers the phone is going to be the order taker. They'll transfer you to a health counselor. I can literally send my blood work to Life Extension, say, here's my blood work. And they'll go, okay, you need this, take this supplement, take this supplement. And it's a bit different than what my doctor says, because they're using 2 different charts. In fact, I have a chiropractor who uses a way different chart than my primary care. And I'll get my blood work done at my primary care, take it to my chiropractor, who's a kinesiologist, and he looks at his chart, which he's much more in tune on nutrition than my primary care, much more in tune nutrition. And he has a different chart. And he's like, okay, we're down here. Your doctor says that's not to worry, but you're on the low level of this, so you need to start thinking and going in this direction. It's really, really insightful. 2 different protocols. So Christina says Life Extensions. Christina, do you know Life Extensions? if you know Life, they're a Florida company. They have a warehouse here in Jersey. Sarah goes, haven't been able to find any isopropyl alcohol 50% or above here for months. Oh, wow. So what I had to do, because I had a bottle, but what I had to do is I had to call Walgreens every day, which is our local Rite Aid. I had to call Walgreens. I had to call Walmart. I had to get there first thing in the morning, like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. And the shelves were almost wiped out at that time. But you have to get to the store earlier. Call the store and ask, because I was at Walgreens. They're like, the stuff is here. I just can't get to, we can't get to unpacking it yet. But it's here in bins that was delivered. And I said, okay, what time are you unpacking the bins? And they go, we're unpacking the bins hopefully by 3 o'clock today. I said, okay, so I'll be back at 3 o'clock. And that's how you kind of have to plan that. Find out from the store when the stuff's coming in and be there. But this is essential right now. This is really, really essential. So now let's talk about food. What can you do with your food? And I've been preaching this for years. This is what I've done with my food, because several years ago, I got a nasty bug parasite or something in my system from eating a lot of raw leafy green vegetables. And a healthcare practitioner that I go to, that I've been going to for 20 years, she, through the research that she's done, and she worked for Hilda Clark, who has a cancer clinic in Mexico, I believe now, but Hilda Clark's written some books on cancer. And her claim is that our food is so riddled with bacteria that a lot of times we get sick. And in her cancer clinic, she can't have anybody have any type of food poisoning or any reaction to anything that's in the food, because you want the patients to have clear symptoms of cancer, not of something else. So they want to separate anything that's going into your system that you're eating has all these potential. So what she does is she bleaches her food. Yes, bleaches. I've done that for myself personally many, many times. And I don't mean just dousing with any old bleach and this and that. Food grade chlorine, you can buy food grade chlorine. So the only brand of bleach that you would even ever consider putting in your food, on your food, is Clorox. That's the only brand that they recommend. I've read several people say this. Clorox is the only brand. And you're taking that little tiny of a bleach into a couple gallons of water. That's how that works, okay? So don't think I'm personally just dousing food on bleach on my food and then eating it. This has to be done responsibly. You have to do some research. You have to be responsible with this. So this, for me, like if I'm making a smoothie and I'm doing all these greens, I'll take and wash my greens really good. I'll put literally like a quarter of a teaspoon in 2 gallons of water, soak them for 30 seconds, rinse it really good, rinse again, and then dry it really good, and all that chlorine evaporates, that bleach evaporates. Kitchens use bleach water all the time on surfaces. We have bleach water. That's what the health department wants to see, a very mild solution of bleach water, and that's what you clean every surface with constantly. So bleach is in the kitchen anyway, just all over everything. The rags are covered with bleach. The counters are covered with bleach, and it evaporates. So believe it or not, when I tell this to people are like, oh my gosh, that's disgusting, bleach. Why would you bleach your food, Marcus? And I don't do this for our guests. I do it for myself personally. Food grade hydrogen peroxide is what we use for our guests. Expensive, works, food grade hydrogen peroxide. I use the Clorox for myself. I've done it on and off for 5-6 years. So food grade chlorine is in your food already. You cannot, even if you buy organic chicken, it's still doused, even if it's air chilled, it's still sprayed with chlorine. Chlorine makes it into our food supply constantly to do exactly what I do to my food, disinfect, all right? So it's done on the USDA level, it's done, that's what happens with food. It's bleached, folks. Your food is being bleached already. So your food is being sanitized. This is why vitamin B12 is hard to get through your food now, through food, because through vegetables, because B12 is a mold. It's a part of the terroir. It's part of the organic soil. But when you get carrots and you get all these things in bags and it's triple clean, triple washed, folks, that stuff is sanitized to the max. All right, but it doesn't stop things like your hands, what your hands were touching before you grabbed the handful of spinach. All right, so have a pair of gloves on. It doesn't, even though you like apples and stuff like that, doesn't matter. The person who grabbed the apples from ShopRite out of the grocery store, out of the case with their hands and put them on the shelves, doesn't mean they didn't have something. So these are, you want to clean this stuff very good. Christina's saying vinegar. Vinegar is a great choice as well. When our grandmothers would soak that chicken in vinegar, she knew something, all right? You put the chicken in the sink, water, vinegar. Grandmothers knew vinegar. Vinegar is very, very low in pH. It's very acidic. In fact, acetic acid. See, so vinegar is a dilution of acetic acid. If you took straight acetic acid, it would kill you, all right? But if you dilute it with water and make it 6%, 5-6%, it's tolerable. Distilled vinegar is toxic. It's not good for us. If you're gonna have vinegar, use something that was fermented, like good balsamic vinegar that's fermented. Apple cider vinegar is the best. Even cheap balsamic vinegar uses red wine vinegar, distilled red wine vinegar, cheap vinegar, and then they age it a little bit, and there's two types of balsamic. That's one of the speeches I do on Real Food. It's on my YouTube channel. It's on our Facebook. Really, really understand there's two totally different choices in balsamic vinegar. There's a reason why the price is different too. So, acetic acid, just don't consume acetic acid, right? So it's diluted and it's 5 or 6%, and it can clean surfaces. You can wash your spinach in that, you can wash your vegetables, you can do that, and then of course rinse it and wash it and air dry it really good. So vinegar does work. If you have a water ionizer, it makes high pH water, low pH water. You can actually take the acidic water, which is the wastewater, which is used to clean with. You water your plants, you can put it on your face. It's good for acne, it's good for all kinds of skin conditions, the acidic water. The acidic water is also good to clean surfaces. So if you have spinach at home and you're concerned about what's in the spinach, and you don't have bleach, Clorox, you don't have vinegar, you don't have something else, you had an ionizer. You can literally take the acidic water, soak your spinach in the acidic water, and then rinse it, and then soak it in the alkaline water. So you go from a very low pH to a very high pH. And germs and bacteria can't survive both of those variations back and forth like that. So that's a story if you have a water ionizer. That's the cheapest way to actually clean your food with a water ionizer, low acid, alkaline. Murray's Chickens here locally, they process in Fallsburg. They don't use chlorine. They use electrolysis water, which is basically the same thing as low pH water. They use low pH water to go in and kill the bacteria, whatever bacteria comes in chicken and beef and all that kind of stuff. Salmonella. Did you know salmonella comes in beef as well? Salmonella is just part of the processing of beef. It's in beef plants, and you go and you test, you'll find salmonella in beef plants. It's not only poultry, but poultry really proliferates. Because poultry, what happens is when you start processing the birds all get soaked, or there's all kinds of cross-contamination when it comes into poultry as opposed to beef. It's one cattle. You're dealing with a lot more chances for cross-contamination. So, so your food, make sure your food is clean. Make sure, plastic bags. Folks, it doesn't matter. Just spray stuff down. Keep surfaces clean. When people are coming into your house, or if people comes in, your kids or something, just make sure that they have washed their hands thoroughly. If they're grabbing a bag of something, even if you're moving stuff around. So as a community service, we are giving out gloves. We have gloves here for free. Walk in, we'll give you 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 gloves. I can't let any boxes go, but I can let individual gloves go. So as a community service, you come in, we will give you latex gloves. I'll do another video tomorrow on latex gloves, because you don't just wear that glove all day long and think that, I'm immune. And what happens is once you have that glove on, if your hand wasn't clean, your hand needs to be clean to go inside the glove. People don't understand that. If you have germs on your hand and then you put that on, you create moisture and heat. And what do germs and bacteria like? Moisture and heat. So when that glove comes off, people think, I have a clean hand, and they start touching their eye and and this and that, and they touch things. But they've actually created this ideal incubator in your glove, inside your glove, to proliferate germs and bacteria. So you need to make sure you're using gloves properly. And I'll do a whole video on how to use gloves properly. You want to change between uses. You pump gas. If you pump gas with a glove, you don't want to open your door handle with that same glove, right? Because what's going to happen when you go to your door handle without a glove on when you're leaving your house? Because you think, I just left my house, I just washed my hands. My hands are clean. You go out to your car and you open your door handle, right? Well, you just touched something that you've got gas with, and this coronavirus can live on plastic. Most people have plastic door handles underneath, can live on plastic for 3 days, all right? So You again would, if you keep this in your car, you spray down your door handle, you spray down that part, and you sanitize it. So, all right, folks. I have to get back to cooking. I've been in the kitchen this morning since 5 a.m. cooking. We're doing community meals today. We're doing 125 meals today for the town of Warsing, people in need. There's a Project Resilience, it's called, where a couple of restaurants provide meals. It goes out at a severe price reduction to what we normally charge. It helps the community. We are still using our same high quality local, or I was sat there peeling local carrots for this. Hormone-free, antibiotic-free chicken is going into the meal today. It's not, what we do here, this is the only type of ingredients we have. Super important, keep your immune system up, eat healthy. I don't want to load elderly people up or people that could be sick or in quarantined with junk food. I bought them all local apples from the Hudson Valley that are going in each meal today. So they get bread, it gets unbromated flour bread, everything that we're giving out for these meals is the same high quality stuff that we serve in our restaurant. I don't buy cheaper ingredients. It's part of who we are, what we do. We want everybody that eats our food to be able to eat food that we personally endorse. Even on Christmas Day, when we give away those Christmas dinners, those are Murray's turkeys, hormone-free, antibiotic-free. And thank you, Murray's. Thank you, Dean and Murray, because they donate those turkeys to us every year from Murray's Chicken. Murray's, they do have a line of turkeys for the holidays, so they donate this. But those are hormone-free, antibiotic-free. Same local potatoes. The roast potatoes are the same local potatoes that we use. Right? I buy the same exact things for that to a certain extent that we possibly can. All the bread that makes the stuffing is all bread alone, organic bread, unbromated. So no matter if we're serving a community meal that we're giving away or that we're charging a lot less for, we're still using the same high quality organic ingredients. And that's our mission. That's what we do. That's what we do here at Aroma Time. So hopefully that helps everybody with shopping. If you go shopping, because you have to go shopping, you need food. Even if you pick up to-go food, if you pick up to-go food from a restaurant and you have that paper bag, spray it down. When you get it home, open it up, spray everything down, take it out, put it out. Just don't trust something coming from somewhere, all right? Because you don't know, all right? And you cannot, even though I'm taking a lot of precautions, you never, ever, ever know where who's touching something, what happened, who has what. You have no clue. So even if it's take to-go food from us, spray the box down. Pizza boxes are cardboard, right? Cardboard. It says it can live on cardboard for 24 hours. People don't keep pizza for 24 hours. They take the box of pizza, they come home, put it on the counter, and they devour the pizza, right? So make sure with pizza boxes, spray the whole outside of the pizza box down with rubbing alcohol. Don't open it and spray your pizza down, but spray that down. Because you have no idea who was touching it at the pizzeria, all right? No matter where you're tuning in from, you have no idea who was touching it at the pizzeria, all right? You have no idea who came in and took the stack of pizza boxes and stuck them there for the pizza cook. Then the pizza cook grabbed it, then the person with the cash register grabbed it and who's handling money, then gave it to you, and then you grabbed it, okay? That pizza box within the last 3 hours has definitely had 3 to 4 different people touching it. You cannot be too cautious with this, all right? So spray, spray, spray. Folks, please make a comment, drop a comment, #live, #replay if it was on the replay. If you found this valuable, just drop a comment. If you found this valuable, please share it, all right? The more we share content like this, the more we can be safe. And every day I'm going on and doing something like this where we can educate and help people be more prepared, eat better food, sanitize your stuff. Tomorrow's gonna be gloves. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate the support. I had a lot of people on, up to 40 people at one time today. So really, really thank you. I really appreciate it. And Aaron's saying, teach them how to take gloves off. Yes, good point, Aaron, how to take gloves off. We'll do all that tomorrow, do a whole thing on latex gloves. In the meantime, if you need latex gloves, come down to Aroma Time, 165 Canal Street in Ellenville. We will give you free gloves. No charge, free gloves. Be safe, everybody. And we'll even give you free ionized water. If you need ionized water, high quality, antioxidant-rich, micro-clustered water, electron-rich water, we have it here. We'll make it fresh in the machine. Bring your gallons down. We filled up a lady the other day with 4 gallons. We filled them in with a big jug, a glass jar. Bring your jugs down. We'll fill them up with high quality. Be drinking every hour. Keep the back of your throat moist every hour. Just keep drinking. 4 ounces for just throughout the course of the day. I have my mason jar. I have a half gallon of mason jar that I started with this morning, and that's going to dissipate. Then I'll fill it up again. There's my full gallon of water for the day. If you have to measure your water out, what's going to make you successful eating healthy and doing this is by creating an environment that makes it easy for you to do so. So for example, if you want to eat more apples, You put a bowl of apples on your counter. Don't put the apples in the bottom of your refrigerator. James, I forgot his last name, wrote a book called Atomic Habits. If you're into personal growth and self-development, personal development, Atomic Habits is one of the best books out there. And the big thing is, it's your environment. If you have Snickers bars at home, your kids are gonna go eat the Snickers. They're gonna go eat the Oreos. If you only have apples and they're sitting to make it easy for everybody to get to on the bowl on the counter, guess what? They're going to eat apples. All right, they're not going to go for the Snicker bars. So it's super, super important. Hi, Heidi. Heidi, thank you very much for the egg cartons yesterday. Very, very much appreciated. My daughter has lots and lots of chickens, and she hatched 5 or 6 more.
6 chickens.
6 chickens she hatched. Some Aracanas and stuff. She hatched them from her own eggs. So she has chickens. She has a couple ducks now, and she has a turkey. And she saved 2 goats from going to the slaughterhouse. 2 male goats that were on their way to the auction to go to slaughter. A friend of hers offered them to her from the animal hospital that she works at, and she said of course she'll take them and give them a good home. So she has 2 goats now as well, going around the yard eating up stuff. The chickens yesterday, I have my phone, but I'll post a picture later on our Facebook. The chickens yesterday, I took them 2 huge bus tubs of shredded broccoli ends, shredded cauliflower ends, all these great vegetables, sweet potatoes, carrot peelings. The chickens were in heaven yesterday. Did 2 big mounds, and they were just very, very happy chickens. So we're gonna take some more to them today. I peeled our local organic carrots this morning. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for all the love and support. Jamie and I could not be doing without you right now. We've been fairly busy. We do our $9.99 specials every day. Tonight is Thai peanut chicken. Every Friday, Thai peanut chicken. $9.99 plus other things on our menu, plus wine, all kinds of really cool stuff. Jamie's making cocktails every day at 4 o'clock on Facebook Live, and then you can buy that cocktail that day. Not the one she made, because she'll probably drink it, but she'll make more. You can buy any cocktail. You can buy any cocktail. All right, we are now lining up right now to literally plate up 125 meals. So I got to get back in the kitchen and keep cooking chicken. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it, and we'll talk to you later.